Okay, before we talk about the 5 pennies, we need to have some coffee. It's good coffee. Thank you. Okay, you want to tell me the joke? I see we have, now just for full disclosure, we have 1 cent, United States of America, what we call pennies. Years ago, they used to be made out of copper. And if they still were, you could scrap them for more scrap value than actual monetary value. But tell me the joke.
Do you smell anything?
Do I smell anything? No.
Scent. You see a fruit?
No.
Pear. See any snakes?
Now, I know this is like a brain quiz. Do you see any snakes? Snake eyes.
3 copperheads.
4 copperheads?
You see any cars?
4 wheels.
4 Lincolns.
Oh, because Abraham Lincoln's on the face of a penny.
Do you see any sex there?
Sex?
Yeah.
Well, you got one too. Nope.
For 5 cents, you're not gonna get nothing.
Now, is there an unrated version of that? So,
Who's that fucking troll breaks your balls?
I have a lot of them.
He's always saying something stupid.
So, I realized this in the last year or two, maybe less than a year, maybe a year. And it's a great philosophy. And I mentioned this a couple times on the Uncensored channel, like I mentioned again now. In life, you always want to advance higher. So you're kind of like on a ladder, or you're climbing a mountain. And you're on this ladder or this mountain with other people. Some people are above you. Some people are at the same level as you. And some people are below you. And what I've noticed, right, and especially when reading the comments, because you have some really genuinely nice people out there that mean well, and they give you encouraging advice. Sometimes it's criticism, right? But I can take constructive criticism. And then you have some guys out there that are, like I say sometimes, armchair keyboard warriors wearing their sister's panties.
I love that.
Right?
That was fucking tears.
Just let that sink in. Imagine wearing your sister's panties. Now, I don't have a sister, and if I did, there's a reason why I don't have a sister.
I got 2.
I'm keeping it real, right? What? We're recording. No, who cares, right? And they're wearing their sister's panties in their parents' basement or in their mama's basement. And they could be 20, 30, 40, or 80 years old. You never know. So there are these people with you on the journey of life. You're on this ladder or climbing a mountain. You're trying to get to the pinnacle. And by the way, you never, ever, ever get to the pinnacle. Elon Musk is nowhere near the top of his potential. Donald J. Trump, fascinating guy, amazing guy, plays by the rules. The rules, you know what? They're there. And they're designed by people who made the swamp happen. Right? So there is a reason why the largest corporations in America don't pay their fair share of corporate tax, because they're milking the system. Right? But nonetheless, you're on this mountain, on this ladder. And, every so often, you'll have a guy who's above you reach out his hand to you. It's like, here, let me pull you up. Right? Because that's what we want to do as just having great, just like being a person, just being a good guy, right? Someone's below you, you see them struggling, let me help pull them up. But when you're a scumbag, right, and someone who you're jealous of is above you, right, they want to pull you down. They want you to not be as successful as they are because they're hating. And in Judaism, they call it having an ayin hara, evil eye, right? I'm sure there are people in my neighborhood that see what I have and what I've earned personally. By all means, they're hating, absolutely. I know it for a fact, right? But if you're a good person and you do the right thing, God, Hashem, will reward you at the end of the day, right? Regardless of what your higher power is, if you're genuinely a good person and you try to do well for others and you try to, help thy neighbor out, you'll be all right at the end of the day, right? Just saying, food for thought. Great espresso, by the way. Great espresso. So we have the haters, right, in the comments section. I know I'm going to hit my head. It's okay. You have good homeowners insurance, right? Because I'm an executive of the company, so I'm exempt from workman's comp, right? So if I crack my head here, not to say I would do it, because I'm not a scumbag like that, like Tommy Boffinger in Florida, who really fucked me in the keister. A scumbag, by the way. But, at the end of the day, he still fulfills his financial obligations to me as agreed. Not bad, huh? You could, you have a mouth. God gave you a mouth to move it up and down like blah, 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 blah. So I get these comments all the time. And like I said, the majority of them are very nice. And up until maybe about 4, 5, 6 months ago, if I didn't like what you said, I deleted you. And I removed you from the channel. So you can comment all you like, but no one's ever going to see except for yourself. And whoever is looking over your shoulder as you're typing comments. But I decided to let everyone out. So no longer are they in prison. They're all free. So if you feel free to comment along, because there's no such thing as bad publicity. I'm a fucking lunatic. I am a certified lunatic. You saw what I did in Florida for the month of September? Mm-hmm. I showed a video a couple days ago with the numbers. In the month of August, we did 8 service calls and generated about $1,800 of revenue as a company.
No, it
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Crumbs,
right? And I went over the numbers on one of my Uncensored videos where, let's say labor is $1,200 a week with taxes. Okay. Someone actually commented like, "No wonder why you can't get any good workers. You're paying them only $1,200 a week." I was like, where is your fucking head? People are so blind and ignorant by... I'm not hitting my head, relax. People are so blind and ignorant. Oh, there's a chicken on my shoulder.
Duck.
A duck. People are... Duck. Oh! Duck, goose. You have any goose? Gray goose? Someone actually commented about that. I was like, are you serious? The acquiring labor is no problem for me. I can put out a help wanted video, right? I will get, honestly, in New York and in Florida, I don't know, at least 4 or 5 contacts within 24 hours. I'm dead serious. When you have 160,000 subscribers on your main YouTube channel and you have 500,000 views a month on your YouTube channel just for New York alone, you have an audience, right? And if I ask for something, I'll get it. I had 20 Google reviews, right, in Florida, and a week, and I had a goal for less than 72 hours having 100. We broke Google. Did you leave me a review, by the way?
New York, but not in Florida.
Why in Florida? You don't watch any of my Mikey Pipes Orlando YouTube channel videos?
Yeah, watch it.
So how come you didn't give me a review?
You want a review?
Yeah, I want a review. What's wrong with you? I want a review. I'm a fucking lunatic review. Someone actually commented that, hey, no wonder we can't get any skilled worker. I was like, you guys scumbag idiot. Christian's a great guy. He's in his mid-20s, loyal, honest. The customers overall like him. I have no complaints. And guess what? He runs basically the business there, which is however many service calls it is, all by himself. Yes, he can call for help, pick up the phone, he can call me, he can call Peter, he can call my wife, whoever, he's in the group chats. He's a great guy. And he's running all the service calls by himself. So, I'll tell you how crazy, right? people in August thought I was nuts. August, we had 8 service calls for the entire month of August. $1,800 of revenue coming in. My expenses for the month was $8,000. Okay? I know. It's insane. Okay? Thank you, Tommy Baufinger, the thief from Philadelphia who got arrested for computer fraud for falsifying payroll records from the plumbing contract he used to work for in Philadelphia. That's a whole nother story, right? And the folks over at Ferguson there in Philadelphia, when I was sitting in Lochinvar, and I told them about my whole Florida story, I was like, what's this guy's name? I was like, Tommy Bowfinger? And he's like, Tommy Boy Bowfinger? And I showed him a picture. I was like, that motherfucker, yeah, he fucked you too, huh? Kid you not. I told my wife in the end of August that for the month of September, we're giving away our services for free. I'm literally paying someone to sit at home, a salary, full-time salary, right? Which is equal to about $1,200 a week with some taxes involved in that, right? And workman's comp, blah, 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 blah. I'm not paying a guy $50 an hour to sit home doing nothing, which is $2,000 a week. Get out of your fucking mind, right? If you're delivering and you're making money and you're fixing systems, the sky's the limit, right? There's a reason why Daniel, my lead technician here in New York, is buying his first home at the age of 25, solo. He's not married. He has enough money saved up, and he's buying his first home to live in. What does that tell you? And he's very smart, but I have what we call nachas, pride. I'm so happy for this kid. Like, he did it. He earned it. And he earns a great living at that age. And it will only get better. So I told my wife and I told a few people, for the month of September, I'm giving away parts and labor for free in Florida. My truck will be on the road. We'll be able to hopefully get some reviews from people that we go fix their air conditioning system for free. And we'll maybe generate some money. Who knows, right? There's some rules. The fine print. The part can't cost me more than $100. So that automatically excludes any type of motor and most control boards, right? On some of these heat pump outdoor units, you have control boards there. If it costs me more than $100, then I'm paying for it. But that also includes contactors, capacitors, chemicals to clean and do maintenance, your float switches, refrigerant, like R410A, for example, free. And we would go there, perform the service, itemize everything. Let's say the service was $400, itemize everything on a receipt, discount, whatever that subtotal was, boom, there's the discount, here's your zero invoice. What we did was we created a YouTube video, on that service call. We got a Google review. Not really, because people in Florida are retarded, by the way. They are. 50% of the people in Florida are literally retarded. We literally performing service for free for them. And you're like, oh, I don't have Google. I can't give you a Google review. It's like, yeah, but you saw about this on Google and on Facebook. What the fuck is wrong with you? People are retarded. Anyway, we went from having 20 reviews to now 150 reviews a month later, right? And we ran, I think, 41 service calls, right, from 8, right? And generated $11,000 of revenue. Holy shit, right? Not bad. My costs, though, went up because now I have material that I'm using. But remember, the markup in the HVAC world has to suffice or sustain a warranty that we have to place in that product. So let's say I'm selling this capacitor, right, which cost me, let's say $25. I'm selling for $200. I'm not selling a capacitor for $200. I'm selling the service for $200. And that's where a lot of these armchair keyboard warriors wearing their sister's panties sitting in their parents' basement chime in like, how dare you, it's 1,000% markup, 4,000, and they're doing the math in their heads, whatever, right? I am not selling a capacitor for $200, which is more, by the way. It's like $380, right, installed. I'm selling the service. I'm selling having the part in the truck and guaranteeing that part for 24 months, 2 years. You're not going to be able to guarantee a part that you install, selling that for, let's say, a 20% markup. You're going to sell a $20 capacitor that costs you $20, $24? You can't sell for $24. What about the wear and tear on your vehicle? Even, I say 100%. That $20 capacitor, it can't be worth $40. It can't. you're not paying. Who's paying for the wear and tear and insurance and the vehicle expense?
Fuels.
Overhead.
Insurance.
Who's paying for that? That comes in the price of goods sold, right? When you go into a restaurant, you think a nice restaurant, right? Or even a diner, right? I just went to the deli around the corner from here. On the way here, I got 1 scrambled egg on a roll, right? Toasted with butter with a slice of
$9.
cheese. What?
$9.
Hold on, and a 99-cent can of Arizona iced tea. $8.50.
That was close.
But yeah, you're very close. Is anyone complaining about that? How much did that egg cost? Let's say $1. The roll, let's say another $1. And you know a roll doesn't cost $1, but you can go to the supermarket and get 2 rolls for $1. Maybe not anymore. Maybe it's close to $1. So maybe the cost of goods sold was $2, and they're selling it for $8.50. See those lights that are on right now in the deli? What do you think? That's free, right? Commercial pays more than residential, by the way, in utility rates. Insurance is a lot more for commercial than it is residential. It's crazy. So hold on. Yes, I'm rolling. I'm on a roll right now because I need to tell it like it is. I haven't told it like it is in a while, and you're listening to me, even though you're very quiet. You're like a church mouse. So month of August, October's here, October 1st, right? In 2 days from now, on the Jewish calendar we celebrate a new year, where we wish others, a very good new year, happy and healthy, sweet and happy new year, right? Folks down in Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, man, they just got devastated. Over 100 people just lost their lives. Crazy. And there are over a million people that don't have power right now. And there's like 1,000 people missing. I don't know how it is this morning, but it's crazy. So I don't work in Georgia. We don't really work in South Carolina because we're in Charleston, but there's no one there, so it's a phone number, right? Because no one in the Carolinas wants to work, by the way. No one. Florida, New York, yeah, I get a million resumes if I ask. Not a million, maybe a couple dozen. If you're listening, if you were impacted by Hurricane Helene in Florida, in the areas that we service, we will reservice your machine for free. Now, if you have insurance, things that we can get reimbursed on, great, we'll work with that and we'll get compensated accordingly. But if you need a repair, you need us to put your air conditioning back together, give us a call, 407-375-1100. We're going to do it for free. The month of September, we gave parts and labor up to $100 for free. Really can't sustain that for too long, right? Even though we're in the black a little bit, but I'm still have to recover for all the money I put into this business, right? So something a little different for the October. The repair is still going to be free, but they're going to pay a $115 travel charge to come out to the home, which I think is nice, and it's very fair, right? Because sometimes we're driving 45 minutes to an hour to get to a location. We're toll roads, right? You got to pay at least a couple bucks in tolls, and why not, right? We'll see. I think that if people think if it's free, they're gonna think it's a scam. They don't want to go there. And we still had 41 service calls. Now a few of them were water heaters, which were referrals through like A.O. Smith and Ream, for example. But let's say we got 30 service calls from that offer. So month of October, $115 travel and trip charge. That covers our kind of expense to get out to you, wear and tear, some labor, right? But the parts and labor are going to be free up to $100. So that discounts. So it excludes motors, compressor, fan motors, things like that. Expensive control boards. Everything else is still going to be free. What do you think about that?
Beautiful.
Beautiful, right? There you go. And if you're a hurricane victim, impacted by the hurricane, there's no charge. I'm going to waive the $115.
That's awesome.
You know what? There's these $49.95 sewer and drain guys out there, right? We know it's a bunch of bullshit, but they stay fucking busy, right? So I go there for $115. I don't care if I'm there for 3 hours. I don't really give a shit, right? Something better than nothing, right? But maybe they'll sign up for a maintenance agreement. Maybe they'll want us a quote to replace the air conditioning system. It happened last week. Monday last week, we go to a job, a free offer. The ductless system's not cooling anymore. It has no refrigerant anymore. There's a leak somewhere in the system. Things like 10, 15 years old. Doesn't pay to try to find the leak and fix it. Come on, get out of here, right? It's not happening, right? We got the job to replace it. Christian finished it yesterday.
It's good.
And
Awesome.
now we had $3,900 of income booked for the month of September. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby at all.
Gotta start somewhere.
Gotta start somewhere. So that's the over for October, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the pennies, you have 1 penny. You smell anything? It's a cent. You have 2 pennies. What do you got there? You see a snake?
No.
Nope. You have 2 copperheads. I messed it up. What's 2 pennies?
Fruit.
A fruit? A pear. That's right. We have a pear. 3 pennies. I see 3 copperheads. 4. Do I see a vehicle? A car?
4 Lincolns.
4 Lincolns. And 5 cents. You see any sex there? Sure don't. You ain't buying pussy for 5 cents. Got him. Oh, and there's more. Look what I got in the mail yesterday. You are not gonna fucking believe this. I cannot believe this. Remember that employee that was with us at the end of last year? I think it was around October, November, December of 2023. Remember Josh? Well, apparently he's going for unemployment insurance again. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Are you serious? What is wrong with the state of New York? In case you guys didn't know, Josh was a plumbing technician hire that did very well. Did phenomenally well in the field, running his own service calls. Had a great average billable invoice. Customers loved him. Josh's only demise was that he did not like showing up to work on time on a consistent basis. And when I mean consistent, I mean that Monday through Friday, you're expected to be at your first call between the hours of 8 and 10. And generally that means by around 7:30, be at the shop. Make sure you pick your inventory that was used, that you wrote down on a list, and replenish your truck. So Josh, at least once, sometimes twice a week, he didn't like coming to work. And often it would result in not even a phone call. Once in a blue moon, he would call or send a text that say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I overslept." And one time, this is when I rehired him after he begged for his job back. Because I believe in giving everyone the opportunity, and you get a second chance. You know, shit on me twice, you're done. There's no 3 strikes. You know, it's 2 strikes, you're done. But the straw that broke the camel's back was, and even then, that wasn't. 6 o'clock in the morning, I get a phone call from my alarm company, my central station, that side door alarm went off. And sure enough, it was Josh who entered the building at 6 o'clock in the morning. I think he thought he was going to be early for work. Anyway, so Josh once again has filed for unemployment insurance benefits, and he's using the less than 3 months of work experience here to try to claim that. But he was fired for not coming into work, and we have signed a signed agreement that you will follow the rules that you have. But this is crazy. New York is just fucked up, I swear. New York is just dumb. Seriously. And I really do hope that Donald J. Trump gets reelected and takes New York State and turns it to red. I really do. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant and rave. Catch you on the next one.